saw going on at the office besides the Surviving Barstool?
I think it's going to be the best product that we've ever put out at Barstool.
And they're making each other cry.
There are going to be friendships completely decimated by the show.
That's what I knew I was going on.
Surviving Barstool episode 4 after show with Glenny fucking Balls in the building. We'll talk about the show in a minute, but John, we are in the presence of a goddamn hero. Did you know that?
Well, first of all, yes, I did know that, but why specifically do I know that?
Why this time, Glenny?
Save the baby. Cold as day. Cold. Save the baby.
He made a baby's formula on a plane today, John.
I've never
saved the baby's life.
I've never made a formula ever. You think I know how to make a baby formula?
Oh, no, you haven't, Glenny?
But I did that shit.
That news like it was something that would surprise us.
Like you're making baby formula.
I mean, I do gotta say, like this is gonna sound stupid, but that was generally maybe my first interaction with a baby.
No, that's
like I don't.
Glenn.
I don't talk to
babies.
Not
surprising anybody. Nobody thinks that you're handling babies on the regular, okay?
But yeah, this wonderful lady sitting next to me. She had her beautiful little daughter there. She was holding her. She was like, "Hey, can you help me out? Pour 3 scoops of the powder in a little bottle, little water. Bing, bang, boom. What do you know? Formula.
Baby there you go. Glenny Balls, the baby sweet.
And kids on top at the end. Had to take out the stroller from the overhead, carry her bag out, get all the baby's blankets out, assemble the stroller. It was, I treated the boss here. She gave me the key to the city.
You're practically a father at this point. We've been getting Tommy Chance in the chat. I want to see Glenny Chance in the chat because you are a fucking hero, my friend. So let's get into it. Diehard fans of this show, I think, have been saying that it's not that Tommy's great, it's that the competition is inferior. And after seeing Donnie text the wrong people, I would have to say that's an all-time blunder and kind of helps the narrative of it's more the competition than it is Tommy's skills. But your thoughts on this episode and the whole thing so far, Glenn, because you are one of these Survivor diehards.
Yeah, I love Survivor. I'm a big Survivor guy.
Wait 1 second. So the people know, Balls was originally on the list, should have been in the tournament, had other work, had to do Sunday conversations, which
didn't even happen.
Ended up bailing. So really, Glenny missed this for nothing. You will be a part of season 2. There's no doubt about it. But right now, give us your thoughts.
I mean, it's so much fun to watch. Like all my aunts are watching it. My mom's watching it. It's everyone loves it. It's a blast.
Yo, Survivor. You went with all my aunts are watching it before my mom.
My aunts are big Survivor fans. But yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to watch. I do think that seems so far it's the inexperienced players are doing some bad moves, and it's rough because Tommy's the only one that is a Survivor fan, a Survivor diehard, so he knows what to do. Like he knows how to play. Not everybody else does.
Also, I still give Tommy credit because he's playing down to his competition. Like he should not have played that idol last night. Yeah. Like the Survivor move would have been like, I got to play the idol because I'm fucked, but not if I can outsmart these guys and make them fess up. So in a way, he's still playing the game well if he just knows what to do and what not to do based on the level of competition.
He made a good move, but I just that person should have been voted out. He should have been out. Just no way around it.
It has to be.
But I mean, and trust me, watching it, I was just sitting there saying to myself, how amazing would it be if they lied and they voted for him instead of Za? That would have been just iconic.
Balls. I said that. I was talking to Dan. I was talking to Roan. I was talking to other people who, again, if you had a different Barstool cast, we would all be voting out of spite. And on top of that, I was thinking, forget about the money, the moment, the content of thinking that Tommy had duped us. And then, could you imagine his face with his fucking stupid lips and his rashes on his hands? He would have been like, wait.
And his lips are a real problem.
Real problem, John.
He has an actual issue that we need to talk about, and we're not going to talk about it until next week. But his pink lips, his red lips are an actual issue that we should discuss.
They look like the Halloween lips, those like wax lips that are like fake.
Yeah.
But Glenn, you're so right, man. That moment with him thinking he outsmarted everyone, being like, "Wait, what?" would have been the moment of the season.
I know, and I would like it on record that if not for Wiz Khalifa, that would have never happened.
Right. Yeah,
that would have never happened.
So if you were on this cast from day one, what would you have been campaigning to get Tommy out?
Tommy's easily out the first day.
He's done.
Easily out. Like, I don't know why everybody was saying White Sox Dave is the first one out. It was kind of
okay. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what happened. I don't think the game got serious until like day 2.5, because I think they all were just kind of. I was the same way. I was like, all right, we're doing this thing. It's pretty cool, but hey, it's like another sponsored video. And I think they were just like, White Sox Dave, he's from Chicago. We won't have to see him. Let's vote him out. And now that the game's cooking and the money's there and the pride is there, I think they're like, oh, fuck. Also, I think that not only is it a little too late, I think they started to like two things. I think they started to respect the gameplay a little bit. And then I think the real savvy ones are thinking, maybe now I want Tommy in because there's no way the jury's ever going to give it to him. So I want to be sitting next to Tommy because then I'll win.
I don't know, but that's the thing. If Tommy is in the finals, he will have played like the best Survivor game, you know.
And then people respect the game, and it depends on how the jury votes.
But I mean, I know what they do in Survivor a lot is they'll bring the goats. I think they call them the goats. That's the Survivor lingo, or the shields to the finals. Like, listen, I love White Sox Dave. As soon as that started, I would have been like, hey, buddy, me and you, duo, go to the finals with him. He's obviously getting nothing. And then that's it. Like, I'm not voting him out first.
I do believe, I think if they could do it over with the same level of intensity and competition, they would have done exactly what you're describing. I think, though, so here's the thing. We've seen, how does the Survivor jury usually vote? Do they vote for the best game, or do they vote out of spite?
Mostly it's best game. I get annoyed when people vote out of spite, and people have done it.
I don't think you're going to vote best game here.
That's my point. Is if that's what happens in savvy real Survivor, we've seen that these guys don't know the rules, so I think that they won't like respect the game. I think they'll just be like, I don't fucking like this guy. You're gone.
Yeah, but in Survivor, I'm pretty sure. I think a few years ago they did an all-winner season, and the guy Tony, who Tommy loves, he won twice. He was so far away the best player. And I think one guy, Tyson, voted against him, and I was like, oh, it's kind of a Bush League move to vote against him. Like, he very, very, very clearly played the best game.
I just saw a question there from Doug's. Why did Tommy play the idol tonight? This was the final night to play idols. You can't play idols to get into like the final rounds. So he basically had to. So by pulling that stunt last night, he insured himself into the final 4, I believe. So that's why he had to play it. Donnie's text, man. You know how?
Yes.
Here's the best way to describe that moment. How bad of a gaffe that was, and how funny of a fuck up that was. It broke Nick Tarani. He never breaks like that. He was fucking guffawing. He was like belly laughing at the ceremony, being like, "You dumb fuck." I mean, he was all out cackling. It was. I mean, Donnie he just owned up to it. He was like, "Yeah, I had no fucking shot. There was no chance."
And honestly, that's a very freeing moment.
Oh yeah, he was like,
I fucked it all up. That one's on me. I ruined it.
I don't even really know how it happened. How do you send a wrong text to a group chat?
I'm with you. I don't get it. People who do it all the time, I don't get it.
Like, if I'm talking shit about a guy named, let's say Brian, some guy I know, I don't even know Brian. Let's say I hate a Brian. I don't know a few Brians. Let's say I hate a Brian, and I'm like, this Brian guy is a fucking dick. You could send it to Brian because you're thinking Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're thinking
jet ski
Tommy and Nick.
So I do know why jet ski got in there, because these guys, this is a little bit how the sausage is made. Every time they're about to go do something, they tell a cameraman. And so jet ski was one of the guys following him around. So I can understand how jet ski scoots in there. But then I guess he's just thinking about texting Brianna about Tommy and Nick, and he slipped in. Also, it's funny because I don't think it was like the most damning text. It wasn't like the worst thing he could say, but I think it was just like, you fucked up so bad, we're voting you off, dude. Like, we're looking for a reason. We don't know who to vote off right now. We can't vote off Tommy. We need somebody. You fucked up. You're going home. And he knew it. He absolutely knew it.
Yeah, I mean Donnie. Just the thing with him too is you just think Donnie, you think like tropical and like the jungle.
Yes.
So he's just done. He was cooked.
Well, Za said this, Donnie said this at times where they were like Donnie, they all said like you're gonna win tomorrow's challenge because it's probably gonna go back to being physical and you're like the biggest guy, and Za and you do outdoor stuff and you eat things, and he was like, we're in a fucking office building. Like none of these things matter. That's why he was making the case like I think tomorrow might be fitness and I might be big, but I'm out of shape. So I think the challenges, how much do the challenges matter in the real game? I feel like these guys were very focused on like what's the competition going to be, whereas like I would not care about the challenges at all.
Yeah, I mean you really can't, because at the end of the day the challenge is happening whether you fucking want it to or not.
And I guess you want to win immunity, but like it's not like I don't know.
I mean the challenges in Real Survivor are like crazy physical things, but there are a few mental stuff too.
By the way, Chicken Fry, as we're showing on the screen right now, Chicken Fry trying to pretend that she was excited about Frank being her partner.
Hilarious.
I mean, look, I love Chicken Fry. I love Frank. I did not believe for one single second that Chicken Fry thought she was happy about having Frank on her team.
How about this? We'll talk about that in a second. Kelly Keys jumping in the chat said, no one even asked me about voting off of Bree. She said she would have been down to do it because I think at this point, Brianna gained a lot of steam. I think the previous episode, she gained a lot of points. I think people realized she's smart and savvy, but people were so hell-bent on the Tommy situation and then the Donnie situation, nobody even brought up Brianna. I think there could have been a movement for that. I think had Kelly jumped on that manipulative psychopath, and gotten some of the savvier players down, I think Bree would have been the one gone.
That would have definitely have been a must-win immunity then, though, for Kelly next, because if she pulled that, Tommy, full blow.
Look at that. The tweets have been unbelievable. Everybody that's Surviving Barstool has been so fucking funny. But yeah, everybody had a loved one after a long for the record, Brianna did pick as her loved one. I think if I could maybe hop inside Brianna's head for a second here, I don't think Brianna knew exactly what that entailed. I think she probably thought this will be funny content and didn't realize she was going to be relying on Frank the Tank. But that was a very funny moment where it was like, Frank will now be doing my physical challenges for me. Hey, not that bad, though, compared to the rest of the guys. I mean, Rhea was fucking lights out. Glenny, you were missing the entire fucking, hut. You were all over the place, bro.
I'm not good at that shit. I've never been good at throwing frisbees. I don't know how to do that shit. I know Donnie kept telling me to try to flip it up.
Hey,
that wasn't happening. I'm not good at that stuff. I usually have good hand-eye coordination, too. I was really bad, but it did make me feel good that Maria had 3 rings and everyone else had 1 and I had 1, so
yeah, you were right. I mean, I was 100% convinced Tommy was throwing that challenge. What do you think? I mean, he the Mazda RAV4? Mazda RAV4, Glenny?
You can't throw a challenge, but I mean, Tommy's a weird guy. You know,
Dude, he had immunity that night. He doesn't want double immunity.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He doesn't want double immunity. And I went up to him afterwards. I was like, yo, slick. And he was like, I wish I could tell you this, but no, I just got all those questions wrong. I was like, you're either the smartest man in the world for another good play, or you are the dumbest person I've ever met.
Yeah, but if Kelly didn't win, though, I think Tommy would have probably went for Kelly.
Probably, yes. I mean, I think that Tommy wants Kelly. I think Tommy's like, at this point, we're in the end game here. I feel like he's starting to smell blood. Yeah, Bree that day, I walked past her by the lowering the bar, and I mean, she was a dead woman walking. I was like, yo, you good? And she was like, nope. No, I'm not. I am not doing well. I can't believe she even made it to the night. If you told me later that night that Brianna offered herself up in the boat, I would have not been surprised. Dude,
that's my one worry. That is my one worry is if I do it, which I will do it if we do season 2, is the mice. I don't know if I could do that.
You're not a mouse guy. You are I don't know if I can. In the cartoons when elephants are super scared of mice, that's you.
I genuinely was thinking if I was doing this, I might sleep on the bar.
Yeah,
but then if I roll over, then I die. So I don't want to do that.
You got to make those bunk bed barriers for you. You can sleep on.
I legitimately need a barrier if I do it, because that's the only thing that worries me.
Let's talk a little bit about the potential future of Surviving Barstool. Dave Portnoy on his show. I love this little ball you got, Glenn. Dropped a little possibility, saying, what if we did this real big for $100K and then blow it out? Which said to everyone on the last night, I said, congratulations to whoever ends up winning and everyone who lost, no matter what. I was like, you did something amazing. Like this will be a big thing at Barstool going forward. You guys will always be remembered as the first ones who did it. But while you were playing for $10,000, the next people are going to be playing for like $500,000 because that's always how it goes. The people who fought Rough and Rowdy got like $5K. Now Billy Football is fighting for $100. That's just how it goes.
I mean, it would be nuts. And I'm thinking about it right now, if we did like legit Survivor where it's, I don't know how many people they start with. Maybe like 18 or 20 and we do tribes and shit.
Dude,
that'd be wild.
We started talking about tribes. Could you imagine a Rico Bosco, Jeff Nadeau tribe like showdown? I mean, the possibilities are fucking endless. You could get over an HQ2 that's still just wide open. We could do some things for some big money with some big people.
Exactly.
My tribe would win that, just so we're clear.
Yeah. Why?
Because we'd all be like, whatever, fine, who cares?
but the tribe thing is, though, when you do the tribe, you still cut down to individual. And like maybe like 10 people or something. I don't remember the exact specifics.
My squad would be perfect.
And we could like just picture.
By the way, Kevin, you'd be on my team. Like,
oh, I'm hosting this shit for life. I'm not stooping to this level. I'm above this shit. Get out of here.
I wouldn't want you two on the same team. I would love to, like you just said, a Nadeau and Rico on the same tribe, just putting enemies with each other.
Imagine like I got uncomfortable with this. If I had to like decide, if I had to like one day vote for John, I don't know if I could fucking do it. That's the X factor with what we're doing. All other reality shows do strangers. We're doing fucking life partners, bro. Life partner.
That is the thing, because I'm thinking that right now. It is 10K, and I'm thinking if I'm on the jury, let's say, or I didn't say jury like that. Let's say the final was Tommy and Za, and Tommy plays a good game, but I'm like, I want my guy Za to get 10K.
Right, exactly. Fuck Tommy. I want Za.
Maybe I'm getting a few drinks at the bar. I mean, who knows?
Voting for spite might also be like just voting with my heart, because like you win, but I like you, and you know Tommy played a good game, but you're just like my better friend. So I do believe like it's only fair. I think the people who got voted, I think the people who make it late into the game will vote best game, and the people who got voted out early are going to vote spite, because I think the people who made it into like the final 5, final 4 started to really like respect what Tommy was doing and respect the gameplay, and then people who got voted out first, they're just like, wow, fuck you. Tommy's
getting good. Like there are so many times where I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Tommy kind of is fucking awesome at this.
I mean, he called his shot as much as you can. Like he said this was his game. He said he'd be good at it. I don't care about the rookies, the competition, whatever. Like he's playing a good game, Balls. You have to give him that.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, he's that dude. But you're confident in your abilities that you would be able to hang more than you'd be playing better than Tommy.
No, I don't think I would be playing better than him. I just wouldn't like in Survivor when you know somebody has an idol, you got to put votes on them to make them use the idol.
Well, so that was my thing is if you vote for Tommy, you either you save yourself pretty much, right? Because like either way, it's going to be Tommy if you all vote for him, or if he plays the immunity idol, it's whoever else you kind of agreed upon. You know what
I'm trying to think, but I mean, you usually. How many people there? There were 6, so that's 5 votes up for grabs.
It's a little bit funny. Like it's kind of like Final Jeopardy, where you have to like do math to figure out how much you should be wagering. If you're not like fully in Survivor, you don't necessarily like immediately get the like how.
My brain is trying to compute it right now, and it's just not letting.
But I feel like either way, you either force Tommy out or you force him to use an idol, and then you should relatively probably be safe if there was any other chatter about like Za or someone else you know is going to get multiple votes.
Exactly.
If I wasn't really on the hot seat, I'm like, I'm saving myself no matter what by either forcing out Tommy or the second agreed upon person.
Yeah, because like the move would be probably, let's say I'm Kelly, to go up to Za, Donnie, and Nick and be like, hey, 3 of you guys vote for 3 or 4 of you vote for Tommy, and then I'll vote for someone else that I'm going to backstab in the vote. But
exactly. Yes, that's where like the gameplay. I think that's kind of the final piece that's like rounding into the game. The last thing that they're really getting is the voting math. But you gotta put the heat on the guy that you know has the idol. And if you're making blunders like Donnie did, you're just, you're fucked. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I said this about this episode. I said if last night it was angry, tonight will be infuriating with the Donnie text. And if both of these last episodes drove you crazy, tomorrow you're going to want to fucking take the TV off the wall and smash it. So more drama to come. Glenny Balls, we'll see you in season 2. I don't give no mics. I don't give a fuck. No excuses. You got to be there because we need we need the Balls chant in the chat. Balls.
I love it. I love it.
Balls.
Season
Balls.
2. Season 2.
Season 2 is coming for $150,000 probably. And congrats on fatherhood, Glenny. Because
I appreciate that.
You should do an episode of Podfathers now, okay?
I literally should. I'm a dad. So,
all right. Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same. Oh, no. So tomorrow is the finale. So we will have the episode that leads into the live vote. And then have an after show where everyone now has seen the footage and knows all the full backstabbing. So we will get to – so tomorrow is like an hour and a half because we got the regular episode, the final vote live, and then our after show. So buckle up. Somebody text me right now. I believe the whole thing starts at 8. But, yeah, everything starts at 8 tomorrow instead of 7. And we're going to wrap up here with a special surprise. This dude, I love this guy. His name is Riley. He's been recapping every episode on Twitter for us with a quick, 1-minute recap. You get to take it away here, Riley. Tell us what you think, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah, so off the top here, thanks for everyone that watches the recaps. Super cool. And thanks for having me on the show, promoting the recaps. And I really appreciate it. I had to bring these glasses back. Got compliments on them yesterday. Super cool. So I'm pretty sure that I've been making it clear I'm cheering for the best game player. And when you coordinate the world's largest Tommy chant in the YouTube live chat, I'm riding with you. With that being said, and I say this as polite as possible, he looks fucking terrible. You're sleeping in an office on couches, and he looks like he's just got beat up by the bully in the schoolyard. Lips, huge. You're in an office. What would happen on Real Survivor? Now, to flip the script, I think he's really the only person kind of really enjoying this experience. The highlight of the episode for me, Frank the Tank's form in the ring toss challenge. He was looking like he was at the summer carnival trying to win his daughter the top tier.
Dude, Frank was bent 90 degrees.
He looked like
than I ever could imagine.
He looked like he was trying to win his daughter the stuffed animal on the top tier at the summer carnival. That's exactly what it looked like. Yep. That was the highlight of the episode for me.
Yep.
But I love Jeff D-Lo dressing to the part. Glenny, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He couldn't even hit the hut.
Nope.
And I'm
convinced. What'd you think of the text, Riley?
So I'm going to say that too. That was the biggest blunder ever. You can't be doing careless crap like that on reality TV. I get this is a little different, but that single-handedly cost him his game.
Yep.
So I saw on Twitter one last thing here. Brianna, Kelly, Tommy had that alliance. I do think that there may be just a side deal between Tommy and Kelly that they're going to ride the thing out together. We saw tonight Kelly talking about willing to cut Bree. We saw yesterday after Tommy didn't play his idol, that bickering with each other that didn't really, it seemed like it could have been a little pre-planned that they were bickering with each other. So I'm convinced that Tommy and Kelly are going to ride it out together. And I do think they have to be next to each other in the finals because they're both playing the villain persona.
Mm-hmm. I feel like usually you try to pick someone to ride out that you would be the bad guy and I'm the good guy. But if it's those two, it's a goddamn coin flip in the end there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Well, dude, I love it. You've been a big super fan. You can see the handle right there. So go follow him on Twitter. Riley's doing recaps every night, real quick, 1-minute recaps. You're the 1-minute man for Surviving Barstool.
Yeah, you could say that.
All right, I appreciate it, dude. And we'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock this time. So we're going late into the night. So the show starts at 8, live show, after show. We'll be cooking till 9:30. So everyone who wants longer episodes gets their wish. Follow Riley, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Listen, if you made it this far into the video,
which is far, no one ever does that on the internet.
It's the end. You made it to the end of the video.
Full fucking video
you watched
did.
the whole thing. So if you liked it and you watched the whole thing, why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm going to fucking murder John.
And I'm going to like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well, I don't know. Do what you want, but subscribe. Probably.